Hello again and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Fallout Season 2. This is episode 6 titled The Other Player. I really like the previous episodes, even though at this point in the story it seems like all of our main characters not doing so well. The ghoul, he got impaled by a big pole after Lucy power-fisted him out the window. Sorry, that sounds absolutely wrong, and as soon as I said it, I heard it. But
you're not wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, technically. And Lucy herself, she passed out again after that. And then her dad walked in. Was like, hey, shook a bomb. So now Lucy is with her dad, her horrible dad. Max and Thaddeus, we didn't see them at all in the previous episode, so they are still on the run, I guess. Norm, he got knocked out as well, because that one guy he figured out, or he was eavesdropping or something. And what else? In the past we got Coop, of course, who just talked to Robert House, and then he went on a bender afterwards.
And wanted to talk to Bob.
Yes. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Like the video, throw in a comment. It really helps with the algorithm. If you feel like supporting the channel, then you can do so over on Patreon. Watch uncuts, some early reactions for Battlestar Galactica and Vinland Saga. And if you aren't able to support on Patreon, there's also YouTube memberships as an alternative. Links down in the description below. And let's go.
My name is Roger.
You can turn in. Hi.
What was it? Roger. Game. Gary?
Gary. Gary.
This is what a 5-megaton blast will look like over Los Angeles.
Look
10
like.
megaton blast will look better for the billboards.
But it won't be.
Sorry, it's so freaking absurd.
Obviously, it will be
The
multiple.
way they talk about it, just
Like,
it's another day at the office, right?
Exactly. It's just a business opportunity, and we need to think about the optics. So, do you like this explosion or that explosion? Like just the look of it.
Our water chips have a 30% fail rate. The good news is we'll know which ones fail before installation.
Oh?
We get to choose who runs out of water.
Great news.
You know, we'd be crazy not to offer specialized freeway lanes for our premium customers. I mean, that's just money on the table right there.
Barb, okay. Need to spend some more time with Barb. She does seem a little troubled by it, or at least like there's something.
Robco presents The Automated Man. Spent a lot of time trying to make my machines more lifelike, but hey, works the other way around too.
Make humans more
Machine-like.
Yeah.
This is the research you like to pursue in the vaults.
You must have missed the telegram. You were paying me for this. In exchange, I get cold fusion to power my little project in Vegas.
Huh.
You'll find out about it after the bombs drop, I guess.
Wow. With so many people knowing about this whole horrible plot to destroy the world, basically, I'm amazed that it didn't leak or.
I mean, what if?
Cool.
What if it did leak, but normal people are not able to do anything about it,
Yeah,
right?
I guess, and everyone in power, they're just in on it, and
Yeah.
Is he still just? No one is batting an eye at this.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Hey.
I need my valves.
Oh. Here's your hat. Oh no.
That's why he needs the satchel.
Yeah.
Last night I was thinking about when I proposed to you.
We walked out to that romantic point rocks were all covered in seagull shit. I'll never forget the sound it made when I took a knee.
Did you take a knee right down in seagull shit?
I guess.
You know, the thing that I can't figure out is, were you a monster back then? Or did you become one later?
Damn. What a way to,
I know what you're planning to do, Bart.
Cut away.
Is she back in the vault now?
No, I think, she's back in, or she's in a vault, wherever Hank went, like the headquarters thing there.
Sugar bombs! Sorry.
Dial 0. It's like in a pluribus. Like whenever Carol needs to talk to the hive mind, dial 0.
Ooh.
Wait, what? What the heck are you doing, Hank?
Morning.
Oh wait, no, he probably
Yeah.
Yep. He really cracked it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
After you. Oh, come on. I insist you go. Oh, no. Please, after you. Coffee?
He turned them all into mild-mannered middle managers. He's been busy.
Yeah.
Again, with like how they're moving, the efficiency, like how in sync it is, almost like reminds me once again of Pluribus. Simulation? Oh. How do you, punch him or hug him?
Yeah. All quiet on the Western Front.
I didn't finish it.
That's okay.
Something kind of happened.
I found it very upsetting.
Can't disagree with you there. The most troubling was that everyone seemed to be fighting over nothing.
What's the
I
point?
saw the same thing up on the surface. People fighting over the most petty things, like bottle caps.
Sounds very privileged in a way, right?
Very.
People just want to kill each other, don't they? I think it's the...
You're one to...
Because it...
Okay.
I'm bringing you back to Vault 33 to face justice. You have the right to remain silent until the Vault Council assigns you a legal counselor.
For a second there, I thought the wasteland had changed you.
Well?
I did what I did to protect you. But maybe it came at too high a price.
Maybe?
We're going.
Just give me a chance. I think you'll call what I've been doing redemptive.
You mean brainwashing those people?
It's a very sophisticated process, and we've been having amazing
I don't care.
results.
Let's go.
Why he confuses me sometimes.
Sure, we gotta leave it.
They have trackers in these things. You'll come for it. That armor's more trouble than it's worth.
Can't you remove the tracker?
That isn't a sacred remnant. I don't know what is.
So small.
We gotta sell it, huh?
No.
Sell it?
Absolutely not. Why? We're not selling it.
Absolutely not.
We'll give it to the right person, a good person.
Name a good person, seriously.
Yeah.
That girl I met.
I would be a good person, too, if I grew up on top of a mountain of food and supplies and some cozy little impenetrable...
Not necessarily.
But if we sell it, guess what? Then we'll be rich, and then we'll have the means to be one of those good people you're talking about.
You don't need money to become a good person.
But I get the gist.
Yeah. It's more if I had enough money or whatever, I wouldn't have to do these things to survive.
Right.
And I could be a good person.
Coming from Shady Sands, I remember good people.
Like your parents.
Okay.
this is a really big issue.
My name is Cooper. My name.
This is the first time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But he's doing like the same thing as
Roger.
Roger in the previous season, yeah.
My daughter's alive.
Okay, or maybe he can save himself. If no, that's not possible. No, really, dude.
Jesus, so determined. So determined.
Oh man, this is. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. What?
Oh wait, I think I know.
Huh? I was like, a death claw. This is like really bad timing, but no, this doesn't.
I think it's a super mutant. Yep. There we go.
Oh, yeah. That's a little just
Yep.
awesome. We get to see our first super mutant.
Yes.
In the series.
They were hinting at it.
Well, I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore is worth more than gold.
Is that what he learned at PhD for like
Event planning
Yeah.
or I don't know. This is again just absurd, silly, almost like a freaking fever dream. All the while, what are you doing, Betty? Coming to shut this shit down? I
what the?
guess that was all in his head.
That is what he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it had to come to this, but for the good of this vault...
You know what? Fine. You can dissolve the inbreeding support group, but you can't take away our snack budget.
I think she can.
We're running out of water. And you're feeding people salty snacks.
We're giving the people what they want.
Yeah, but if you don't have enough to give, then at some point...
You don't get extra rations because of who your parents were.
Actually, this is still America, so yes, you do.
Huh?
Huh?
Our ancestors put themselves first. And you know
So we're gonna do the same. Rich, you maniac.
So this is what the resistance looks like, right?
Yeah, rebelling in their own way.
Have you seen Woody?
Where's Woody?
You want to know the truth?
You got lost on the way in?
The truth, please.
No, don't pull up a chair. Don't.
If Woody's missing, we should bring it up with the overseer.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I know she's your wife, but sometimes she can...
Excuse me, Davy. She's not my wife.
Fiancé.
I saw the poster. Congratulations.
The poster? She made a poster to announce your... Tomorrow. Wow, okay. No one told Chet. What?
Uranium.
Oh.
Bad for them. Good for you.
Uranium. You can fix it with that?
I guess. Because the ghouls heal by radiation. And
Yeah,
uranium
yeah.
is
Well, yeah.
highly radioactive.
Going through the...
There's a war coming. And we need you healthy.
We?
They call us abominations. But they created our kind. Ghouls, mutants. We're kin, and we should unite against our common enemy. We didn't forget them. The people who set all this in motion. The Enclave.
Right.
Oh, there we go, the Enclave.
You're gonna need friends. But if you won't join our kind,
oh,
then you can't know where we live.
No. No.
Dude. Okay.
For our daughter, you would kill millions of people.
billions of people, other mothers just like you.
Why not do the? He's right.
For Janie.
Wouldn't
you?
No, what you're saying it like you don't. Who says you have to kill everyone to?
Who could possibly be worse than you?
The Enclave?
The Enclave.
I want you to get me every bit of information you can about how the cold fusion diode is stored at Voltec. How is it secured?
Did she make sure that it...
Is that a good idea?
She gave it to Moldova?
No, I don't think.
Or like...
Robert House? Like,
who had it before?
We know Robert, he has at least some form of cold fusion right now, because he acquired it.
Right.
Or at least, yeah, from the conversation him and Coop had.
You're just a very replaceable part in this machine.
I'm sorry.
That guy.
Oh, what?
The leaders of the most powerful corporations will be gathering here. You tell them the only way to guarantee results is
by dropping the bomb ourselves.
So, like, this is happening before that meeting, then. And, okay, yeah, and she just told him about it.
You don't need to get involved in any of this.
Who controls Voltec?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
No. There is nothing we can do. If there was, I would have done it. I tried to do it. You know me.
I think there's a lot to get into in the discussion.
Oh, yes.
Already. Cod, ham, cheese, and rice.
Excuse me?
Cod, ham, cheese, and rice?
I think that went straight over my head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beth, is it Beth? Oh, never mind.
My daughter is here to pursue the cause of justice. And we like justice, don't we?
Yes.
Yes.
She used to cook people for the Legion. Now she makes trail mix, and boy, is it tasty. You're gonna have to try some.
I have another pluribus comparison here with like the taking away of free will at the cost of, or the, yeah. We'll get into all of it.
You can all go back to the surface now. Do we have to?
My daughter's moral code demands it.
But we like it down here.
Tell you what, you can stay here as long as you like, but when we leave, we're gonna open all the doors.
Sorry to derail the conversation. Just to flag, what are we doing with these two males?
What?
That's the NCR guy.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
No.
Okie dokie, send them off as is. It's what she wants.
No, wait!
No. I know he's kind of trying to prove a point to her here, but...
Sorry,
That's a... yeah. Well, get one of those newly sharpened pencils. Ay. Oh.
Press the button, it's the only way.
No. Ay. It's not the only way. You could also step in and stop this.
Hey there, buddy. You okay?
Why, thank you.
Sure. Oh. Let's get you some help.
Yeah. He's getting results.
Yeah.
But...
Sure. So did he just drink him drunk?
Drink him drunk? Drink him... He got him drunk.
Yes.
Time to find out what's in that...
What's in the box?
You know, for some reason, I didn't think you liked me very much.
I really don't.
Thank you.
that's kind of.
Oh, I thought there would be like a code or something. Oh, wait.
Is that Chip?
What is this?
Hey.
Are you willing to listen now, maybe? Or.
What does that do?
It took it out of him.
Yeah, just like with
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
the whole thing with the head, the first season. What? Seriously? How did?
Is that?
Damn, Dogmeat, you are one of a kind. Or not really, actually. Technically, well, there are many dog meats. This dog meat is.
But I mean.
Yeah.
You think it's not very smart, but I mean,
No,
it did this deliberately, right?
Oh yeah, I'd say it is really smart because it's like he needs help, and I will take the hat with me so that.
I'll find someone who.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey.
Aww.
You're such a good girl.
Yeah, man. Damn. As I said, a lot to talk about in the discussion here. The other player, the Enclave, got mentioned, and we saw. What was his name? Wilsick? I think that was his name.
Yeah.
Wilsick. We saw him there in the elevator with Barbara, and he looked the exact same as like when we saw him last, like in the future, hundreds of years after that meeting at least. And he also kind of told her that like what she needed to say once like all the leaders from the big corporations they got there for the meeting that we also saw and Coop listened to. So yeah, someone is obviously pulling the strings. She doesn't even know like who's like in charge actually, like when it comes to Vault Tech. So is the Enclave technically in charge of Vault Tech, or like what they want to do here with dropping the bombs? It actually comes from the Enclave, but then there's also, you know, you get the feeling from also from before, but specifically, especially in this episode, what they were talking about and some of the stuff that Barb said, that like the bombs are gonna they're gonna drop. The bombs are going to fall no matter what. Someone else, someone worse than me is going to do it. So I'm only doing this because it's like, it's pretty much the only option we have left, or like to save Janie, or like however. I'm guessing she is rationalizing it in her head. But to be fair, again, we don't have all the information. But neither does she, actually. Who has all the information? Anyone? Like not even Robert House has all the information. So what the heck is actually going on? This season so far, like it's been slower paced than the first one in a lot of ways, and like there's a lot of like threads that they're like, I think they're all like they're weaving it all together. Like it's all building to something where everything we're seeing here, all the storylines, it's kind of gonna maybe come together, and we're gonna find out like who's really the bad guys, or like who's influencing everything, doing like both in the past but also in the present. Maybe, I don't know, but it's really intriguing, really intriguing.
It is, and really touching upon some great thematics as well, like or thematics themes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But let me just quickly, and I'm sorry, this is going to be spoiler straight off the bat.
For the games or one like
yes.
any
So
other games.
just like a huge spoiler thing. I'm quickly just gonna mention this, and then we can move on with the non-spoiler stuff.
Sure thing. Can you mention what game you're spoiling, or is it like just all of it?
The third one.
The third Fallout 3 maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Then
Yes.
If it's the third one, then I'll know it as well. But yeah.
In the third one, in the third game, Fallout 3, then there's the Enclave is playing a big part of it.
Yeah.
They have instilled the president, that like the current president of the game. Installed. I don't know.
Yeah. The plant like
they have planted the president.
Yeah.
So I guess the Enclave just want to control America, or I don't know, be in charge of everything, or I don't know exactly their exact goals, but I know that they installed or they planted the president in the third game.
Yeah.
And I guess when you play the game, you can kind of like choose how you want to like the game to end out.
Yeah, how you want to deal with that.
Yes, and I don't remember exactly much about the third installment because I haven't been playing it too much.
I played it a lot, but it's like when it came out, so many years ago.
Yes, and I think maybe I should return to it soon. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way, that we are aware that the Enclave is definitely not necessarily good guys and have been around for a long while, possibly even the first and the second game too. There's like the whole thing with the water chips and everything, and that
even
was
mentioned like
yeah.
like there's a 30% chance that they'll break down, but we know which ones are the faulty ones, so you can like choose the vaults that's gonna
right. So maybe the Vault 33 was
that was
the breakdown was on purpose.
That was on purpose.
Anyway, back to the unspoilery stuff. I just wanted to mention it.
Yes. Quickly, I don't think this is spoilery necessarily, but from my limited knowledge of Fallout, just from playing Fallout 3 a lot, and then that's kind of it. I knew beforehand, or I know that of course the Enclave exists, and they are always in my mind been like the worst of the worst, like or at least very mysterious, and it seems like they're kind of behind everything, or they're like if you compare it to some of the other factions where sometimes it can be more morally gray and more towards the
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm pretty much done. So.
Okay, so in this first season, we start the whole thing out in the Enclave. In a research facility, we see this.
Oh yeah, with Wilsig, yes.
He is employed by the Enclave, and that's just like reinforced here.
Yes.
And somehow he got a hold of cold fusion, like the little artifact.
He did, yeah.
And he injected. He injected it into himself. Hank had it in him at some point. Bob took it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think somehow they are going to end up working together because it feels like, as he said, we are in the same place. And I think maybe she is just trying to save
what she can.
and like think about the future in a way that when she comes out of the stasis or the cryo, she is like they might have some possibilities of this cold fusion, and they have their hands on it.
Yeah.
So it's not in the hands of the Enclave. And what's like the best way of hiding things is right under your nose, right? Not knowing that it's right there, right? Anyway, so I think that's where we're headed, that Bob is in league with this guy, and that's how this Wilsig, he gets hold of it in the end.
And that even though he's employed by the Enclave, he's clearly not with them all the way.
We saw it, right?
We saw we saw how he escaped, and with the dog that we just, said some very nice things about. Dog meat, good girl. They escaped, and we saw everything that happened, of course, in season 1. So it makes sense if he is kind of undercover at like the Enclave, and he's feeding information to Barb and sort of also telling her what she needs to do, and they're straight up in a situation where like this is going to happen no matter what. All we can do is like try to somehow control it or like steer it in a way where we will have more options in the future once we wake up, and we'll maybe have like the cold fusion and yada yada yada. So it kind of turns the whole thing on its head, at least when it comes to Barb, and kind of like maybe like hasn't redeemed Voltec at all in any way, shape, or form. But maybe we shouldn't think of her as a horrible, horrible person. Like, being willing to drop bombs and kill billions is still like, it's very hard to justify, no matter how you, in what, like, what's going on. But it has also been like quite clear, like whenever we've seen her in this season, because like last time we saw her was in season 1 at the very end, where she said we'll drop the bombs ourselves at the meeting, and she didn't seem troubled by it then, but she was putting on more of a performance.
Of course.
So like now we see her after the fact, and she like seems hella troubled, and then we got a lot more information in this episode.
And she's not allowed to tell Coop, because Coop is just in this like mindset, like very singular mindset, that she's a beast or she's a monster, and that she like, and I, of course we get that, especially like knowing this about your spouse, right? Like knowing they're doing or are capable or willing to do this, and only for the sake of your own spawn, right? And
yeah.
Kid, whatever. And it's like, and I think that of course Coop is like, but what you're doing is like, yes, you're a mother and you're doing this for your daughter, but I mean, there are countless of mothers out there,
mothers and daughters,
that you're gonna kill with their daughters as well, like, and that's what you're willing to do just for the sake of our daughter, and that's very, in a way, noble of him, but it's very hard to grasp this yourself. Like it's one of the things where it's like, it's very hard to grasp if you're not in that situation yourself. And we are so lucky that most of us won't ever know that feeling. And it's hard to tell. Like it's a conundrum we also know from The Last of Us, for example, where it's like, are you willing to put these, like, to put people
in danger? Are you willing to
sacrifice
potentially, or
almost all of humanity just to save your
daughter
kid,
or your kid, or someone you love, someone you care about, or are you willing to let them go so that everyone else lives? Like, and it's again, it's impossible to say what you would do unless like you find yourself in a similar situation. So it's easy. It's always easy to sit on the other side and be like, no,
I would never do
I would
this.
never, or I would definitely, or whatever. And it's also like you see it a lot when people watching something, and I'm sure we do it as well, and we have like off the cuff like reactions, remarks, and we just maybe react in the moment, and then we rationalize and think about it later, and like, okay, makes sense, maybe, yada yada yada. But a lot of us sitting here are very quick to be like, no, you should kill, or you shouldn't kill, or again, it's not.
And honestly, sometimes you should just like let the story play out without taking too much, like going too much into,
but
like
it can be hard, like when you are sitting here, and if you are a very reactive person, or like
and I'm just trying to say that I don't necessarily condone her actions.
No.
But I do understand. I understand both her and Cooper and basically everyone who's at least working against this. But I just want to quickly go back to the Enclave, because we saw for the first time in 1.5. What do you want to say?
No, so sorry. It was just a quick comment on Cooper before you moved on.
Yes.
That with Barb, that I think she's also keeping stuff from him. She doesn't want to involve him because she knows he kind of has a hero complex, and he's like, I'm gonna do something about this, and she has way more information than he has, and in her mind, she's like, no, we can't do anything about this. Like, and if you try to do something, you might like, ruin what I'm trying to do, which I see as like the only option. So that's why she doesn't maybe like want to tell him or doesn't want him involved in that way.
Also, he didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
As
like,
well.
He's very, and he said it to Lucy as the ghoul. Like, I was like you once, stupid. Like when trying to do the right thing or the good thing, and he used it as stupid later on. So yes, sorry, I just wanted to.
Yes.
Add that. Enclave.
Enclave. We were acquainted. We've been tickled with some hints here and there about the FEV. But finally, we saw it. We saw in the end, like, or what FEV is by the end of it, right? So it's super
Shrek.
mutants.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, it's super mutants. I've been talking about them.
Pretty much every video, at least. Like
yes, because they are a huge part of Fallout,
mm-hmm.
and I think it's great that they're saving one of the big players for last, or at least for later, because like there's this whole Enclave thing, and we've been told constantly like this FEV. It's made by I don't think they have explicitly said out loud that Enclave made the FEV. But like there's this whole, that's what Norm found out, right? The FEV, and we know that Vault-Tec owned by the Enclave, or at least we got it like hinted at in this episode that Enclave is at the top of Vault-Tec. And Enclave, and some people have been talking about it or been thinking about it already, that some of these agents, or specifically Vault 31, is actually Enclave people. And the FEV, that's why we have it in the...
so Buds, essentially, like, it's an Enclave thing inside of Vault-Tec.
Or
maybe.
Like, some of them are Enclave.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have been tickled with these FEV things, and we saw in the first episode, maybe the first when we were in the actual Enclave with Wilsick,
I think it was the second episode, but yeah,
doesn't matter. We saw like a big green hand, right? Some people have been, or at least saw it in the background.
Oh yeah,
so,
pointed out.
So I think what they're saying now is that the FEV is actually made by the Enclave. Mm-hmm. And that's when we then see the super mutant talking about who, like, there's a war brewing, and we need you ghouls, because you are also, we are kin, we are both abominations. People look at us as abominations. You have to play for our team, or whatever.
Made by the same people.
Yes. Yeah. And, well, the big war is against the Enclave, and always has been. At least if we are looking into like what they're talking about in the past, and all these like who's at the head of Vault-Tec, and
tie it together with the games and just everything we know about this world.
I feel like we're finally starting to, like, even though we have like you talked about like weaving stuff together, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a lot
been
of
very separate, so we've been building a lot.
But now we're slowly starting to braid all of the loose threads together.
Yes.
I'm a little bit curious as to if it's going to be a big Enclave versus the world thing. I'm a little bit interested in seeing first how long it's going to play out, because I feel like that's pretty quickly to start
to get into that.
And,
so you think like how many seasons are they planning of this story overall?
Yeah, and it's like, are the Enclave in the end the big baddies? Are we going to build to that the big thing in the end is going to be the Enclave versus the world, or other things about Fallout that we haven't touched upon? Are they going to? Stuff like this. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say about the Enclave. There's also Hank.
Yeah.
And what he's been doing.
Yes. And who is he actually doing it for? Because again, we've just been like surmising that, it must be Robert House, at least like from the beginning of this season, and when he got to the place that is at now and working with all the devices, he like called up someone and was like, I'm here, I'm ready to work, yada yada, you know, finish what you started, think about a promotion, you know, and again, just thinking that he was probably talking to Robert House, but
we saw him with or not Robert House, but his stand-in. We saw him with the little prototype.
So that's like that connection. It could still, of course, make sense.
I don't see who else is gonna be, and it's like, because I feel like even though Robert House gets a bad rap, maybe he's actually not that bad in the end because he wants to do everything for Vegas. He wants to make Vegas succeed, and that's also how he wants to save humanity, is by making Vegas succeed.
If he wants to save humanity, or like it's unclear with that guy. I'd say like it was. Of course, we were sort of surprised to learn that okay, he wasn't like he didn't know everything, and he was like, no, like I'm not planning on dropping the bombs at all. That's like there's another player at the table. Doesn't make him a good person or anything, but it at least makes him less bad that that's not his ultimate plan, is to drop the bombs himself.
Yeah, but I feel like, let's say that he is like, he really wants to save the human race, because what he Hank was talking about was like how this like, this device, I'm actually saving people. I'm taking murderers. I'm taking these people from the streets who were having an absolute terrible time, and turning them into subordinates.
Or
like
the happy-go-lucky people who are just very kind and helpful and
exactly. And of course, there's the whole thing about free will that we will get into.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say like, because it's an interesting thought process, right? Thinking about how can, because he's also said, like Hank said, like in this on the surface, like with the whole thing with humanity is like they are fighting for scraps. They're fighting for nothing. Like they're,
bottle caps.
Yeah, bottle caps. That's an extremely interesting and very thoughtful. But it also is a bit of like. Yeah, there's things about that. So it's very hard for me to explain.
Yeah.
But it is super interesting, and I love this point of view. And but it's also like I think most of us really wants everyone to get along, but unfortunately, it seems like the only way that we can get humans to get along is by taking away their free will.
If we force them to.
If we force them to be kind to each other. And that's why I'm thinking that Robert House, was his plan all along. It's just like he wanted to save human race, but how do you do that? You do that by making them not kill each other.
Forcing
right?
everyone to get along.
And how do you not make them kill each other? You have to force them to play along. And that's why he developed the prototype.
Yeah.
And perhaps like that was this whole idea, was just to like, and when these people, when they were asked, do you want to be free? Do you want to run away on the surface? And everyone was like, no thanks, we're good here.
Yeah.
Why do you even suggest such a thing, right? Like and it's interesting, right? Because like how much of, and that's, you talked about pluribus, right? So
sure. Can I before you get into that?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just sitting here and thinking that at least we don't know, or I don't know, that this whole thing with like using these devices to make everyone nice to each other is actually a plan that Robert House had, or if it even comes, like if that plan originates at Robco, or if that's a Hank thing or a Butts thing, because he is turning them into all like to like they're behaving just like Butts, or like these managers, and like so smiley and happy and yada yada. So I don't know if that's Robert House's thing. What he used it for in like the very first scene of this season was to like test out whether he could get this guy to like kill his friends. So I don't know, but at least that's, to me, just still up in the air if that's from him or not.
Right, because with Hank, it could also just be a Hank thing that he actually saw this, because we saw that he was like really interested when he presented this at the table.
Yeah.
So much that Bart was like,
sit the fuck down.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a good point. But that it's gonna as I'm not sure about it, but that at least that's how I could connect the two dots. Like, but then we get to
the free will of
the
it all.
free will, because you talked about Pluribus. This is a season or like a series that we recently watched. And it has a lot of like the same kind of themes as to this, right?
Sort of, yeah. Like if you aren't familiar with it, it's on Apple. Vince Gilligan's new show.
It's super interesting.
It's great, if you ask us. Yeah. So mild spoilers for Pluribus,
mild
like
spoilers.
we went into it not knowing what it was about, and I really liked doing that. So I don't want to take it away from you guys. So again, spoilers for Pluribus if you didn't know about it already, or maybe we already spoiled it in the reaction. But yeah.
But there's a question at some point that someone asks about this, like about these people in Pluribus, where it's like, how much of you is still in there? Like, how much of it is still like, how much of your personality, how much of like, is still
you,
is still you with this device.
Yeah, because
so I'm thinking the same thing with this device. Is like, how much of that is
still them? Yeah.
Yeah. So how much of the because with the chicken lover. He was asked if he wanted to forget everything he was, everything he's been through, like wouldn't forget it all.
Yeah.
And he said, yes, please. So just close the spoiler thing right now, because I'm done with Pluribus for now.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to add context in case you didn't know what Pluribus was about. Then it's a hive mind taking over pretty much everyone on Earth, and they're all very nice and very kind, at least seemingly from what we've seen so far. So that's the comparison to how these people are behaving. I understand right now the hive mind thing better or more, like I can make it make sense in my mind more than these little devices, because like, okay, how do they, and you just attach them and then they do what? And it's like, as you said, like how much of these people are still in there? Like we can surmise that, okay, they don't remember anything from their past lives, but they still, so it just changes, like it wipes their memories and then changes their personality. Is that just what it does? And
I don't think Fallout is necessarily going to explain much
no.
Like,
and
that
they
part
don't.
Of it,
there's a lot of technology in Fallout that's just like, whoa, that's a thing, and you don't have to explain
no,
it.
It's just like it's fantasy at
Yeah,
that point, right? But anyway, so that's interesting in this whole like free will thing. How much of them is left, and that's what I'm curious. Well, there's absolutely nothing left, right? So they are actually. So, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, it's of course it's unethical to take away like people's free will, but in Fallout they straight up take away their personality and everything too. And then it's like, but then what's the point if we just? But that's also what he said. Like, someone said like it's making, you can make machines more lifelike, but you can also go the other way and have life become more machine-like, and this is obviously what they meant. But how much of and where does the line go, right? Like,
where does it stop? And like,
where does it end? Where does it stop?
Sure, if you just look at the big picture, like if you put these devices on everyone and they're just really nice to each other, there's no more killing, and like everyone is like helping each other, like, oh, that is, I guess a good thing for this world, but at what cost? And like, who are you doing this for? Like,
who's gonna be the judge of like I mean, because obviously then he wouldn't, like, someone like Hank wouldn't do it to Lucy, for example, or someone else where he wants their personality, like wants to keep them, right? But then he takes people like the Legion and turns them into these mindless workers, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like, oh, it's all good and dandy because you take bad people and make them good.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but where does the line, like, and we even had Thaddeus talk about it, right?
Yeah.
No, Thaddeus was like, there are no good people. And that was a great and very interesting point as well, because there have been a lot of good points in this episode. I was like, crazy good writing as well, right? Because we have these. But Thaddeus is like, there are no good people. And then Maximus is like, I remember good people. And of course
there are good people.
Of course there are good
It
people
depends
left.
on your point of view, where you're coming from, and yeah.
But in this kind of world, right, it's very hard to like distinguish exactly what makes a person good and what, because you can, and I know I've also had people say that, I'm coming from a bad background, I didn't have privileges, but I still turned out good. And just like, so of course it's not like set in stone that just because you're from a
family with means, then you'll turn out to be a good person. Like
or the other way around, like
not at all. Like, of course there is, and I think that's also what Thaddeus was talking about, at least in regards to himself, was that like the reason why I do bad things or have to do bad things, and then by extension why everyone was kind of, not good people at the moment, is they're all struggling. They all want to survive. They all have pretty much nothing. And once you are in that position, like, what are you willing to do to survive? And it's, again, like, you won't know until you are in that position. I'm fairly certain. And it's difficult to then judge people necessarily for that. So like for Thaddeus, it was like, if I just had some more money, or like if I was rich, I could be a good person, because then I wouldn't be forced to do these things. That's his point of view. And then you just have Hank, who is just more like, no, these people, they just, fight over nothing, and they have miserable lives, and they're all bad people, I guess, like in his mind as well. So I don't feel bad for doing this at all, like, because I'm making their lives better. But it's just how you go about, like, because maybe a lot of them are like Thaddeus, like if they didn't feel like they had to, hurt someone so that they can like survive or feed their family or whatever it is, like, then they wouldn't be bad people. So that's not saying like that the solution shouldn't necessarily be straight up, okay, let's jump to mind control immediately instead of trying to maybe help these people. It's like, no, it looks like they're all killing each other up there, and I'd rather just, blow them up or do the mind control thing. And it's not actually thinking of trying to help them in some way. And that's, I don't even know how we would go about that. But we have all of these people and factions with means and, power, who could make a difference, but they're all just trying to benefit like themselves, their own agendas, like how they view the world. Just gain more power, because if I get more power, then I can change the world for the better. But it's only like my version of the world.
And that's what I mean with like who's to judge who are good, who are bad, like what. And also, because it's a valid point that if you don't have, if you're trying to survive and you have nothing, you have no resources to do so, that sometimes you're getting pushed out into doing something that you don't want to do.
Yeah, you feel like you have nothing to lose. Like Barb, from what we got from her from this episode, she's very much in that position where she feels like I like, this is my only recourse. Like, I don't want to lose my daughter, my family, and yes, this decision clearly, like, it weighs heavily on her, but she's still willing to do it because she sees no other way. Like, she's backed up into a corner, like so many other people are in a different way. But
and then of course there are people that are straight up just doing horrible shit to other people just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Can't rule out just horrible people.
And that's also the thing is that because there's a huge problem in terms of like crime and stuff like that. Because like there's a higher, I would say, a higher incidence between being poor, for example, or not having a lot of resources and not being as privileged as us unmelanated people. We like, I mean, of course, it's there's like a huge, I would say, like a correlation between not being as privileged and having like a higher risk of getting involved with crime and certain things like that.
Pushed into it, or yeah.
Yes.
Might be.
So I think it's like and it's a like very valid reason, but I also understand that you don't necessarily have to turn out like a criminal or a bad person just because you don't have privileges, just because you don't have resources or money or wealth, like all of this, that you don't have that. It's not a given.
No.
And that's, yeah.
Yeah, people always talk about like choices. If you I've heard that argument a lot of the time. If you're talking about that, and if someone is stealing, doing crime, then you'll hear the argument that no matter what, that was a choice. Like you chose to do that, so like it's on you, and you should just like, yeah, I don't feel bad for you at all. But it to me that it's always like it's not that black and white, Like sure, there are people, as you said, who just choose to do bad things because there's something wrong and they like hurting people or whatever it might be. But a lot of the time, I think it's like you can't just say, well, you made that choice, so boo-hoo for you, because like you haven't been in their place, you haven't been in their situation, you don't know what made them do that. Because it's like, okay, what they clearly found themselves at a point where I don't have a choice. Like this is my only choice if I wanna survive, or again, like feed my family, save the world. Like,
yes, and that's also a talking point. The whole, the whole the whole
sure, you could.
The whole well, it's a choice, right? Like it's always a choice.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I always feel like, most times I hear that argument is from people from a privileged background.
Yes.
So that's also what I mean with like that's a privileged argument usually.
Sure.
And it's, as you say, like in the end, it's not black and white. And what I think Fallout here is doing such a great job with is like it's not necessarily condescending in terms of which one of these persons are you? Which one of the factions do you follow? Which one of the which outlook do you have on life? It's not like it's like judging you or like setting things in stone, like this is the right way, this is the right choice, this is the right. I feel like that's what both the games and also the series here is doing such a good job of. It's just like, here are all the different perspectives, and you can follow whatever you believe in, without necessarily being condescending about it, or at least like saying that there's like a clear, this is the right and wrong.
Yeah. Like I made the mistake in one of the earlier videos of like calling the NCR like the good guys. I've of course, like I know, like, I don't know because I haven't gotten to that point in New Vegas in the game, and sorry I haven't continued it either on the channel. Yeah, maybe I'll get to it, but I have heard that no, they're not necessarily just like, again, it's not black and white. They're not the good guys in that. Like they also have there's a lot of elements there where you're like, excuse me, what? I'm sure. I don't know the details. It's just to say that, yeah, we are, of course, aware. And sometimes while you're watching something and you're in that place and you're following certain people and you always find characters in whatever you're watching that you align yourself with, and then you're very much on their side. So if someone does or says anything that goes against the people or the person that you've aligned yourself with in what you're watching, then your first reaction might be, F these people. That's, that's a reaction, and then we think about it and talk about it afterwards. And I didn't have anything specific necessary to say with that. It's just to remind you guys that sometimes when we do have a reaction and you think, they're not seeing it from all the different perspectives and sides. Like, no, not in the moment, but then later on when we think about it and talk about the episode, we'll start to view things from different perspectives.
Put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah. It's but when we're watching, then it's a reaction. It's a reaction video. It's like, it's not always, sorry. It was a bit of a tangent.
Yeah. Someone put a coin in that machine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I also get it a lot in Battlestar Galactica, for example, another series that's very much like not black and white. This has been one hell of a long discussion so far.
I don't have any more.
You don't have any? Okay, then I think we should definitely wrap it up and get to Danish Word of the Day. And we again thought about translating the title, or at least a word in the title, but...
Pretty sure we had that before.
Yeah, player. Yeah. Pretty sure we've translated that before, spiller. So we're gonna go with something that is just not necessarily exclusive to this episode, or it's not, but it is very much relevant for this series. Wasteland. Pretty sure we haven't translated that one before. Wasteland in Danish, or at least what
one way of saying
the Danish equivalent of like that word. Yeah,
I would say ødemark.
Yeah, I'd say that's the closest as well. If there's any other Danish speakers watching this and you're like, no, we have a better word for that, then feel free to tell us. But this is just off the top of our heads. Ødemark, yes. And it's more like a desolate field. Like if you then translate that directly like back to English, but it's yeah.
It's still the same kind of meaning, right?
It is. It's yeah. If this was translated to Danish, or if it was dubbed in Danish, I'm pretty sure they would say ødemark whenever they say wasteland. We found out, or I found out, because I saw that they do translate the titles, or at least if I look at like the Amazon Prime app on my phone, they translate the titles of the episodes, and we had difficulties translating the Wrangler, or we ended up not really translating it and going for something else, I think. But they translated that title in Danish to cowboy, which is, the cowboy. So we don't, again, really, I guess, have a word for wrangler, to wrangle in Danish, but we know that what a cowboy does. So it's like, okay.
Closest thing.
The closest thing, yeah. Yeah. All right. Was there anything else? There was another word you mentioned, but maybe we save that. Just leave it at wasteland, ødemark. Yeah, let's just do that. Thank you guys so much for watching and for listening to this fairly long discussion. If you made it all the way to the end, then hey, good on you. Thank you so much. Let us know in the comments if you listened like to all of it, all the way to the end. It's always nice to see.
Put an emoji, maybe, like a specific emoji. I don't know, unicorn or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Just something to let us know that you watched all the way to the end. Okay, thanks again. See you as soon as possible. Bye-bye.
Bye.